Robertson County Funeral Home has been serving families for a quarter century. When it's time to celebrate and remember, to honor, in loving memory, the Robertson County Funeral Home. The city of Millersville is without a police chief this evening after they fired their current chief, David Heineman, this morning. Smoky Barn News met with the now former police chief at his home this afternoon. He said the decision to let him go came as a complete shock. He said when he showed up to work this morning, they told him he was out of a job, and by noon, his office had been cleared out.
This morning, when I came into work, I was called to the office of the city manager, Karen Miller, and she informed me that my second in command, Lieutenant John Brown, had resigned by either she offered him either resignation or termination. Lieutenant Brown decided to resign, and he resigned from his position from Millersville. And when I was talking to her, she offered me the same position. I could resign or be terminated, and I asked her for what. What am I being forced to resign for? And she says, you no longer control your police department. You no longer have control of your officers. And I disagree with her totally on that. But City of Millersville has a city policy in their charter that the city manager has full authority to hire and fire. Of course, we all know that the Tennessee state law is an at-will state. She can fire for good cause, bad cause, or no cause at all. And in this instance, I felt like she terminated me for no cause at all, but it's within her authority, and it's within the city charter for her to conduct that termination. I feel like she fired me just because her and I haven't gotten along in the last few months. I've disagreed with her on several occasions on some of her tactics, some of the way she makes employees play against one another. She uses one department against another department and uses this department to find out what this department's going on. She's all the time stirring the pot, and it just makes it hard. The officers are getting frustrated with her trying to run the police department and not letting the command staff do what they're supposed to do. She had a problem with the way I was doing my job a couple months back, and she suspended me for several days. So it's been obvious that she's been out to get me and try. And even she admitted on the news article with Channel 2 today that this goes back several months, several incidents back. I've done several things, but I've always been to work. I've always been on time. I don't cuss, curse, or yell and scream at my officers. I've always made sure that they've had the equipment that they've needed, and I've brought that to police department far beyond what it was when I first took it over. The unity between the community and the police officers and the police department have come miles and leaps, where people are wanting to talk to us now. My officers are in the neighborhoods, and I felt like we were making great leaps and bounds in the forward progress. But you can't. The old saying is you can't fight City Hall, and she is City Hall. She has total power, total authority. She uses that power. And I've seen her do it before, and it caught me by surprise. She didn't give me the opportunity to handle the situation with Lieutenant Brown. What he did was very bad, and what he did was uncalled for, and I was going to discipline him for it.
What was that?
He was venting with me about the situation, and he made some statements that he should not have made, and that was uncalled for. The mistake that he made was there was another officer in the room and another supervisor, and she got upset about the statement he made, which I cannot blame her. I don't agree with being terminated. I know I was doing a good job. I know I was making progress with the citizens, and I'm not going to sit here and talk bad about City Manager Miller, because that's not the proper thing to do. Unfortunately, I wanted to carry this through legal system, but because we are an at-will state, that will be impossible as well. So basically, with no due process, no way to appeal the firing, basically it's just I have to accept it. there's nothing I can do. And it's sad that, that we can't work together and try to make it better, because, I feel like I was doing a good job there.
What's your plan moving forward now?
Well, of course, I'm going to move on. There's nothing I can do. She packed my bags for me, as you can see. Had some of the employees box all my belongings, and instead of letting me come pack my own office, she packed it for me to kick me out, which is fine. There's nothing I can say or do about that. But I plan on trying to find another chief's job somewhere. I don't think that I'm a bad chief. I don't think I'm a bad person. I don't like to mistreat people, and I won't treat people fair. I think one of her problems with me was that I tried to be too nice. I wasn't cutthroat enough. She always said I had a big heart, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like to treat people with respect. And I think some of my officers would tell you that when it became time to be professional with them, I was. But I tried to treat them nice all the times I could. I wasn't there to be their friend. I was there to be their chief, and I think I did a good job. I'm just going to miss the people of Millersville. That was my home. I've been there for many years, and I wanted to be your chief for quite a few more years, but that's not possible, and I wish everybody well.
The Smoky Barn News did reach out to Millersville City Manager Karen Miller this afternoon for comment. We were a little late reaching out to her this afternoon, but she did tell our news partner, WKRN News 2 out of Nashville, that Heineman was, quote, not the right person for the job, close quote. Miller said, quote, it's unfortunate I had to take the action that I did with David. It's been coming for quite a while. It's not just because of one incident. There were several incidents behind this, and I had to make a decision. Chief Heineman has been anything but invisible since he started with the Millersville Police Department about 2 years ago. In that short time under Chief Heineman, Millersville police have been in the news on the average of almost once a month. Everything from the discovery of meth labs, a few cases of the return of stolen property, and even one standoff. This has been Jim Ball reporting for Smoky Barn News in Millersville. If you're looking for new furniture, there's no reason to drive for miles. Stuart Williams Furniture is conveniently located in the heart of Springfield on Memorial Boulevard with over 30,000 square feet of fine furnishings. We have over 90 years of experience and carry major brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Lane, Hillsdale, Frigidaire, and many more. Our friendly professional staff is ready to help you with all of your questions. We know the importance of finding the right price in the right wood, color, fabric, and design. We also offer financing to make your purchase a little easier on your budget. Are the kids in need of a new bed? Maybe Dad needs a new recliner to unwind after a long day. Or is it time to spring for that new flat-screen TV you've always wanted? We guarantee competitive prices, the best brand names with professional delivery and installation. So remember, at Stuart Williams, customer satisfaction is our top priority. So come see us today.